Hey Zoom, what's up? Yeah, it's going all right here. My back's sore as fuck, so I'm just trying to take it easy. Yeah, dude, I hope that goes well for you. Well, don't stay up too late chatting. Get a good night's rest. Yeah, that's a lot of rain. They say we might get some thunderstorms here tomorrow, but I didn't see anything on the radar, so to me that means that the only chance is if there's a big temperature inversion, um, like pop-up thunderstorms because of the heat and the humidity coming off the lake. Just have to wait and see. That kind of stuff usually happens later in the day after the the air's had chance to warm up some. They're saying chance of storms in the morning. I'm like, nah, that ain't gonna happen. And I got lawns to cut tomorrow, so I want to get outside and start on that early, like probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock or so. Yeah, I know you like that app, Zoom. I'm glad you enjoy it. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Same shit, different day.
Same shit, different day. Yep. Well, wow, I got to close out a bunch of stupid links or something here. All these tabs open. Okay, maybe that'll be better. Got her done. So apparently, I was you watch Mary Greeley sometimes, don't you?
No, that name's not familiar to me.
Oh, okay. She seems very astute on geological things going on in the world, you know.
Okay.
And she anyway, she reports on Yellowstone and all the different quakes going on around the world. And apparently she was talking about a geomagnetic depression. I think that's what it's called, off of the coast of South Carolina.
Okay.
And so I looked it up. Geomagnetic geo something, geomagnetic. I can't remember. I looked it up, and man, I'm telling you, there was a ton of stuff about it. It was talking about the drum beats of electromagnetic pulse of the Earth, and there's a depression off the coast of Carolina, just like she said, and they're thinking that it could trigger a tectonic shift. There's one there and one in South America that she mentioned. So I looked it up. Sure enough, it's a real thing. They've even got it's in Wikipedia. Yeah. Anyway, Mary Greeley News. That's what it is. Zoom is the one that turned me on to that. He put a link one time, and I subscribed. I actually had watched her in the past.
Is it on YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube. Okay. Yeah. Yep. And
I'll look it up someday.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And she does all the reports on shows the graphs, shows the seismic charts, and reveals a lot of stuff that's going on. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. I thought it was pretty
all I know about off the coast of South Carolina, there's a ton of shipwrecks.
Oh yeah,
going back from World War II all the way to the age of sail.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, there was a huge ship graveyard. Yeah. That's also one of the places where the Air Force lost a nuke back in the 60s, I think.
Is that part of the Bermuda Triangle?
No, I think this was closer to the coast. Offshore of Goldsboro, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, they lost. I don't know if it was a B-52 or a B-36 or something. But
have they recovered a bunch of them already, or?
Well, they haven't been able to find this one in particular. It's still somewhere off the coast there.
Oh. Yeah, that's fascinating. There was one time I saw there was I think it was something interactive with Google or Google Earth or something like that, where you could see maps of every known shipwreck on in the world out in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm sure there is something like that online.
And those are the known.
I don't think there's a few things that are classified that they won't be able to put up there, but
there's like German U-boats in the Atlantic, and even in the Pacific, German U-boats, Japanese
Oh,
subs and
there's
stuff.
well, and Russian, Soviet era
Yep.
subs.
A lot of the U-boats got sunk because they had to surface to get refuel. So when they surfaced, that's when they blew them out of the water. I mean, or sunk them, I guess. But yeah. But it's pretty cool, There's a guy down in Florida. I don't remember what his name was. He was he's big in recovering shipwrecks and bringing up treasure and stuff. And he even had some kind of a museum. I think it was in Key West, that you could go in and see stuff that they'd recovered. I saw old cannon barrels. They would put them down. And the story behind that was that this guy, he found these piles of rocks that were covered in coral that attached to the rocks, because a lot of the under the water, a lot of it is just sand, silt, and he found these unusual piles. It's like, why is there a pile of rocks and coral here? So he went and excavated one and found, oh my gosh, he comes up with all these relics and stuff. And he was onto something, because he discovered that on these old ships, to make counterballast, on the old sailing ships, they would have to weight the keel, and they would throw their gold stash. A lot of them were Spanish ships, and they put their gold stash, and then they'd put cannon barrels and things like that down in the hull of the ships, things that were heavy, cannonballs, all that, and they would put it down there to be able to make it through storms. And what happened is when they got close in on Florida, because this is all pertaining to Florida, but when they got close to Florida, they discovered that all of a sudden they'd run aground. And when they ran aground, it would damage the hull of the ship, and everything that was in it would just drop to the bottom.
Yep.
And in a big pile. And of course, they buried their gold and everything under the rocks in the hull of the ship, in the keel, and for that extra weight,
Yeah.
And so the rocks would cover all, and nobody had ever known that there was treasure under those piles. And the rest of the wreckage of the ship would just, drift away, because it's all wood and everything, so it was pretty much floatable.
Yeah, or rot away if it was just sitting there.
Right. And so this guy, he started excavating these piles and came up with a ton of treasure, man. And the museum is down there in Key West. I'm pretty sure it's Key West. And at that time, you didn't have to pay to go in it. You could go in for free and see it.
What's up, Shadow Man?
Shadow Man. What's happening? Oh. He muted himself.
Can you hear us, Shadow?
Maybe he's got a connection problem.
Yeah, a lot of times when he tries to come in, he gets that issue.
Isn't he in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
I don't know whereabouts, which province, but yeah, he's Canadian.
But I know there's still up in the Great Lakes, there's still a lot of sunk ships up there too.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of them. Less than an hour's drive from where I'm at right now. You can go diving on the wrecks.
Well, it makes a great estuary for fish. And so in Florida, they found out, they were taking Navy ships and sinking them off the coast of Florida because it created coral reefs. It eventually would become reefs. And it actually helped increase the fish population in the area.
Yeah, all them ships in the Great Lakes, they make great artificial reefs.
Sure. I don't know if they have coral in the Great Lakes, do they?
No. Coral is strictly saltwater.
Oh, okay. So which are any of the Great Lakes, are they saltwater?
No.
No? Okay.
No. The only lake that or body of water that's part of the Great Lakes that would have some salt water in it would be Lake Ontario, because it's connected to the St. Lawrence Seaway.
Yeah.
So when they open that up, you might get a little bit of salt water, backflow. But yeah, once it reaches, like, I think they call it the Bay of Fundy out there. Yeah, that's all ocean.
So the St. Lawrence Seaway, a lot of that was actually dug, right?
I don't know exactly how much of it was dug. It's something I've never looked into.
What about the Erie Canal?
Oh yeah, that was all dug.
Where does the Erie Canal go?
There's bits and pieces of it all over New York, Pennsylvania, and Ohio.
Oh, okay.
In fact, there's a couple old locks of the system. About an hour drive from me. I went and saw them with my dad when I was a kid, and there's not much of them left. A lot of them have just filled in over times, and a few of them, yeah, like I think there was one that was in, now in the middle of a farm, and the farmer kept it, from growing over, and use it as a pond for his cattle.
Okay. Do they still use the Erie Canal for anything?
As far as I know, there are some parts that were part of the original Erie Canal that have been converted into a new system of canals that's up in New York State. I couldn't tell you any details about it though.
Yeah, I don't know.
But if you look up on, if you Google canals in New York, you'll come across it.
Not like it's anything really important to me, but it is part of our history. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, I see.
It's mostly used for I don't think anything that's up there is used for any commercial purpose anymore. It's mostly for, small pleasure craft.
Yeah.
Because the big commercial stuff that once that comes in from the Atlantic, they use a canal up in Ontario called the Welland Canal, and that bypasses Niagara Falls. And that's how, interlake shipping gets, in and out. Obviously they can't use the falls.
So I just wanted to say howdy to Sing, Don T, and Moggies, and anybody else that's in here lurking.
Yeah, Zoom dude's here. In fact, Zoom should go to bed because he's got surgery later in the morning.
Yeah. I should go to bed, actually. It's kind of late for me to be up on here, but I just thought I'd stop in because I saw you sitting here by yourself.
Yeah. Good night, Sing. Have a good one.
Good night, Sing. Oh man, I had too many sweets. I had a couple of donuts tonight, and I'm feeling it. I mean, it's freaking. Shouldn't have done it. I'm gonna have to go take some cinnamon now to counteract it.
I ate a big Italian sub just before I started the stream, so I'm kind of like, should have only eaten half of it. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of quiet tonight. I'm outside. You probably hear my crickets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can hear them. You guys got those Mormon crickets out there?
I don't know what a Mormon cricket is, to be honest with you. I looked it up, and it showed pictures of just a cricket. So, I don't know. And I was down in Texas, and I went into this one town in Texas, stopped for something at a gas station, and there was crickets everywhere, dead ones, live ones. It were just, it looked like the plague. It really did. I mean, they were coming out of lights. They were everywhere. These little dark brownish black crickets everywhere. And I said, "What's up with all these crickets?" And we get them every year. And it was they're more they called them Mormon crickets. They said these are Mormon crickets. I'm like, oh, okay. But I don't know of any Mormon crickets up here. There's a lot of Mormons up here. Maybe they're the crickets. I don't know. We got a lot of grasshoppers, and I think we've been known for locust plagues in the past. So, and the seagulls came and ate, and they said it's a miracle. So they're claiming it is a Mormon miracle that the seagulls came and ate the crickets. And supposedly the crickets, as they called them crickets, they call grasshoppers crickets. But supposedly they were a plague, and they were going to eat all the crops, and the seagulls came and devoured them all. So that's the story that I heard.
What's up, Huckleberry?
Hello, Huckleberry.
Yeah, I remember we took a family weekend trip once. I was probably about 9 or 10 years old, and we went down to Mammoth Caves in Kentucky. And we didn't do any like real deep caving. We only did, the main galleries of the cave that were like the most popular tourist areas that didn't involve any kind of technical caving, because my mom was with us and she doesn't crawl around all that good. So we're in about the deepest chamber that you can get without having to go with a guide or professional equipment. And it was really dark. There was only like a little bit of like accent lighting going on in the cave. And I kept seeing these little white flashes of light like darting around in the darkness, on the ground. And I'm like, what the hell? So I pull out a flashlight and start looking. There's all these little white crickets jumping around everywhere. I guess they call them cave crickets. They're
Cave
completely,
crickets.
yeah,
I've heard of them.
They're completely blind.
Where was this?
Mammoth Caves in Kentucky.
Oh, Mammoth. Okay.
Yeah, they're completely blind, and they're albino, so their body's all white, and they kind of have like a reddish tint around where their eyes would be. They're creepy little fuckers, to be honest with you. My mom saw them and she screamed. It's like, I don't want to. She ended up getting bit by a tick down in the caves there. That wasn't fun because I had to pull the tick out.
That's not the most unusual thing they find in caves. I mean, up here we have a type of trout that was living up in the Hyena wilderness area that was an albino trout, and it was a cave trout. And they took them and started to breed them in the hatcheries. It was just kind of a, I don't know what you call it, like it was a rainbow trout. It was a rainbow trout, but it was an albino rainbow trout.
Mm-hmm. I think they have something similar to Mammoth Caves because they have a couple of underground rivers there.
Yeah. So they started planting them in lakes. And I see Dawn up here.
Yep.
Dawn.
Speak up, Dawn.
It's still raining over there and in the Great Desert.
Negative on the rain. Is this thing on?
Check. It's all
Can
good.
you hear me? Can you hear me?
10-4, good buddy.
Roger that. So, yeah, it stopped raining, but it's still been really overcast. Never seen this kind of weird shit before. But hey, it's the desert. So I'm just trying to figure it out.
Cool.
But I want to go on record as being pro Wiz and watching Ms. Merriam fall apart just a few minutes ago was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. It was both funny and informative, and it told me the depths which she will crawl to make her point. So I'm firmly and in Wiz's camp on this one, behind him 100%. I just want to say that out loud and in person.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same camp there.
Say again?
I'm pretty much in the same camp with you there.
Okay. All right. I just felt that Wiz just took an ass chewing that he shouldn't have. And it's from an alcoholic lush that really shouldn't be doling out anything. But again, my humble opinion, but I'm 1,100 billion% behind Wiz. And I'll say that in front of God and country and everything else. I'm not shy about it. Well, you know me, I'm not shy about much. But I am shy. I'm shy.
Wiz just popped in the chat and said thank you, Don.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So,
Team Wiz.
How about we all spark a bowl in support of Wiz?
It's a great idea. It's the best idea I've heard all day.
I'm also.
All right.
I'm
I got
big
one
time
loaded.
in.
Am I making the call here or what?
I'm big.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm also in Wiz's camp, but I'm also in Huckleberry's camp too.
Well, Wiz and Huckleberry are both in the
I
camp.
did not know there was a Huckleberry camp, but I'm firmly in that too.
Yep, big time.
I did see some argument last night, but I don't know.
I'm not picking any sides because I consider Miriam a friend, and I know what's going on with her and everything, and I know what happened. But I still consider Miriam a friend, and I hope that all these problems can get resolved because it didn't have to be this way.
No, it didn't have to be this way, but it is. And so I'm going to pick a side because I don't have the investment in Miriam. Everything that I've seen means has shown me that she's not, the long-term reliable person I want to put a trust and a friendship in.
See,
she's just not. Sorry.
I like I say, I'm nobody's judge. I'm nobody's judge. I'm not judging anybody. Wiz is a good friend, and he's a decent person.
Okay.
He's a very decent man, and
he is.
Yep. He's got a very strong.
Tolerant. He's very tolerant.
And he's very
too tolerant, if you ask me.
And he's a gentleman. He's a gentleman. Yeah.
Yes, that's why we are firmly in the Wiz camp and the Huckleberry camp. And again, I didn't know there was a Huckleberry camp, but I'm there.
You know what? Huckleberry is awesome.
Yeah.
You guys are all awesome. Yeah. Love y'all.
I'm not. I'm a fucking old white guy, cis pig.
Oh, Don.
I'm good with that. Dude, I sleep of kings with that. I do. All good, brother. All good. I'll shut up now, but I just really needed to go on record at saying that. Okay?
Well,
Thank you all for listening. What?
You're a freaking character.
Well, you know what? I'm the first to call out my enemies, but I always want to be the first to take the first to back up my friends. Okay? So when my friends are getting beat, then it's time for me to step up and say, this is my friend, and stop beating them.
Like I say, Don, Wiz, I know, is a gentleman.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
I know that for a fact.
Again, substantially more tolerant than I ever will be. And for that, I both applaud him and I curse him.
So, what else is new?
New. So, I bought this hole digger. Did I tell you about my hole digger?
No, you didn't tell us about the hole digger.
Oh, dude, I bought a hole digger. Fuck yeah. So I asked my neighbor if he would dig my holes for me. And he's like, let me check. And that's the last I heard of it.
What is it, like one of those gasoline operated auger type things or what?
That is exactly what it is. That is precisely what it is. Although I got the electric version of it. Yeah, it's post hole digger. Yep. Works like a champion.
I went out to the lake last year and saw this guy. He had a hole in the ice. And I was like, what are you doing, man? And he goes, I lost my auger in the hole in the ice.
You'd be surprised how common that is with ice fishermen.
Yeah.
He said he went to Tractor Supply and bought one of those big magnets to try to recover his freaking probably $200-$300 for that machine, I bet.
Oh, you can't even get in one for $200 is minimum to get in one. You're probably talking between $200 and $500 somewhere.
Well, that's why I don't ice fish.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
Well, the hole digger worked great. It really did, but it's only 32 inches long. So I'm only getting a 32-inch hole. And with the sand and stuff, it makes it a little bit more difficult. So they make bit extensions for these augers. An 8, a 12, and a 20-inch extension kit is $30 on eBay, or no, excuse me, Amazon, which is a fucking, that's a problem for me anyway. I have an Amazon problem. I'm sorry.
You're not the only one.
Hi, I'm Don, and I have an Amazon problem.
No, not a hoe digger.
Well, I mean, that's how it sounds. I get it. It's a hoe digger.
Hoe digger.
Yeah, so I'm waiting on my extension to come in so I can finish off the hose so that I can put the wood in the hose, right? I got 2x6 wood that I got to put in hose. Right? The wood goes in the hose.
Yeah.
And I was just telling the wife how I'm going to put two 60-pound bags of Quickcrete in each one of those hose with that wood. Post hoe digger. Exactly.
Post hoe digger.
Now, I want to be clear. This is an automatic, motor-driven post hole digger because I lost my license to run my manual post hole digger. You all know what a manual set of post hole diggers, right? Looks like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Once I crossed the 60-year mark, my license went null and void for that. I can't drive one of those anymore. I'm sorry. I can only drive the automated. I'm only certified in the automated post hole diggers anymore.
Oh man.
I know, right? It's fucking. I thought the fucking post hole certification guy was going to come up out of nowhere, but apparently he's not in the neighborhood, so it's all good.
What's up?
So yeah, I'm digging hose. I'm digging hose for Jesus.
Damn right.
Might as well. Nobody else will do it for you.
Well, trust me, I've tried to get everybody and their fucking brother out here. $300? Nah, dude wouldn't even come across and do it for me. I was like, okay. Neighbor? Nah, I don't have anything for you. Other neighbor? Nah, I don't have anything for you. Third neighbor? I might have one that's 12 inches. It might work. That's the last I heard of it. It's like, all right, fine. Fuck you alls. I'll do it myself.
Excuse you guys. I'm going home.
Exactly. But I'm not perfect. Nah, neither am I. And you bit your tongue a lot.
That's the whole thing, man. None of us are perfect. And
hey, Nightingale, what is up?
Yo. Who flung poo now?
Who flung poo?
Who flung pooey?
Yeah, I got a manual hoe digger. I'm not certified in those manual hoe diggers anymore. That's sad.
I'll fucking, yeah. I don't want to repeat what I'm about to say.
Go ahead.
Don't do it then.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
It would have been
Say
too
it.
dirty.
Say
Y'all
it.
wouldn't have liked it.
Are we digging hose? Are you talking about my? Oh, okay.
It was just too raunchy. I don't want to. I mean, you guys.
Well, we are in adult mixed company, so yes.
What up, brother?
Put my ugly mug on for a minute.
Yeah. Get your poo on.
Get my who flung poo.
Who flung poo on? What's up, Don? I can't hear you.
I need to
There
figure.
you
I got
go.
this green screen thing going on here.
Yeah. I see that.
I need to figure out how that works. So let me see here. Can I do that? I have a green screen.
Oh yeah, just like Apex did. Now you're in Apex's mansion.
Styling and profiling in the living room. You see me up there playing the
Oh yeah, I made it home. That's awesome, Nightingale. I'm glad you made it back. I actually just made it back a few minutes ago from visiting the girlfriend. And I had to set her dad's watch because he's an old veteran from the Army and he doesn't know how to fucking get a half click out on his watch just to set the date. But
Hi,
anyway,
Nightingale.
and
I have
I
to
love
say
the guy's
hi.
death. He's way different than his daughter. His daughter's like the opposite. So that's the only reason that she's kept me is because I hate to say it that way. That's terrible, you know. Her parents are great, and I won't even say great. I'll say respectable, and I'll leave it at that. I hate getting into this on stream with people where it's recorded, you know, on the record, in case she watches it. Fucking only am with you because you got good parents. But no, she's a good person, man. And that's the thing. You gotta love your enemy more than you love yourself. I know that's hard to imagine.
Yeah,
But
it's hard
I
to
don't
do.
love myself very much anyway. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead, Bill.
I just said, yeah, that's really hard to do. Is love people like you would yourself.
Or your family or whatever. Yeah, well, when your family's like going through hard times, none of us want to fucking live, so we all hate ourselves. You know, mom didn't do a good enough job. I haven't done a good enough job raising myself. You know, everybody's got a fucking problem with themselves here. Nobody cares about themselves here. Tennessee is so humble. I mean, compared to the rest of you fucks out there that are so selfish and so full of shit, I'd say I don't even know about the rest of Tennessee. Tennessee, they're a bunch of assholes too. But me and my family, we're humble people. And I don't say that with pride. I'd much rather less be humble, but I'd rather be full of happiness. So, I mean, I'll take being happy over being full of bullshit and selfishness because that's what real pride, like, you know, the devil is full of pride. I'm just full of happiness. I don't say I pride myself. Good tune there. Whoever, Bill Walsh. I love saying Bill.
Yeah, it's my mandolin. I was just kind of tuning it.
Oh, you're actually playing a little mandolin. That's pretty cool. Good
Yeah.
job. I wish I had a little mandolin or something. If I play my guitar, y'all hate me. It'd be like,
Yeah,
go
I
practice
wasn't trying to
more.
drown any. I
See,
wasn't
at
trying
least
to
the
drown
mandolin, you
anybody
can
out
just
or
like
nothing.
fucking like a piano. I can sound good on a piano because I just tap the right fucking button. You know what I mean? It's not like you're playing a guitar, man. I used to always love just improv with the piano. I don't know. I'm gonna shut up, but pianos are fun. Fucking I used to play a violin in the 5th grade, 6th grade. I actually was in a class and we learned how to play violin. I rented one from someplace. Don't have it anymore. I rented the shit. Wish I still had a violin. Maybe one day. I'll start looking at violins.
Ricky Skaggs is one of my heroes.
He's good people. Where is he from? What is Ricky Skaggs? I know that name. Coño Rebenga.
Remember a song called Heart Broke? That was like one of his most famous songs.
I'm gonna actually put it in my phone.
He's a Ricky Skaggs, Bill Monroe.
Yeah. Yeah.
All mandolin players.
What's the name of that song?
Heart Broke.
Gotcha.
Good tune.
Broke.
Heart Broke. Yeah.
He wants to look up everything besides that when I try to.
Yeah, I play bluegrass. I play blues. I play jazz. I play, you name it, I play it.
No way, Bill. I don't fucking believe you. I really don't.
I used to play at a coffee shop with a bunch of Irish guys.
Huh.
Kind of a pub type of scenario, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played well at the time. It was before my mountain dulcimer broke. It was such a beautiful instrument. I hung it up on the wall. Somebody slammed the door, and the freaking dulcimer fell to the ground and broke and shattered in pieces.
Oh, shit.
And that ended my dulcimer days.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Well, who does that song, Heartbroke?
Ricky Skaggs.
God dang it. It doesn't even show it on the list. I'm like, I would have seen it and I would have remembered because I'm good at seeing by memory.
Yep.
I can't remember shit, but if I heard it and I see it, like written on a board, I'll remember it.
He actually kind of put you know, made a lot of his bluegrass music actually turned mainstream. You know,
Yeah.
and bluegrass is not usually mainstream.
Right. I'm going to have to share, like, my stepdad actually was hanging out with the guy who got it inducted into the Hall of Fame with country music the other night because my stepdad's a songwriter.
Yeah, I've seen the Dead South. They're not really bluegrass, but they're good. I like them. Yeah.
This one song they just came out with is something about harmonica. Oh, I forget the name. I'm gonna have to share the link, and you guys are gonna all have to hear it because it's a step in. My stepdad is really. He came here from Missouri. He's not from Tennessee. He came here to Music City, Tennessee, to write music, and you know, and he's got over 300 songs now, probably. And there's some really good ones. If you heard my stepdad play, you'd just be like, "Oh my gosh!" I mean,
aren't you in Nashville?
Yeah,
Are
yeah,
you?
yeah.
So, damn. I mean,
suck
you've
at
got
playing
everything.
compared to my stepdad.
You've got everything right there.
There is, man. It's a lot of opportunities that I have not, you know, and not even just music. I mean, just everything, man. I feel like I've missed. There was a few times in my life, like one time, this guy who was in photography, I delivered pizza there, and he happened to be an uncle to a girl that I went to high school with. And I knew the last name, you know, I knew the name or something. And I got in with him tight. And he had girls that were drop dead gorgeous coming in there for a photo shoot. Like, and it wasn't just a photo shoot. He was like doing something with it. It was in a magazine or it was doing something. And he traveled the world. I mean, he wanted to hire me. He was like, come in at 6 a.m., you know, and man, I was all fucking down for it back then, but I just didn't want to get up because I was
down there in Nashville. If you're into the music scene, you've got a world of opportunities right there.
It was just photography. It wasn't nothing to do with.
No, music. It doesn't have to be directly related to music. I'm just saying.
Exactly. No, yeah.
Entertainment in general.
But the funny thing is about that, there's not many, like, you know, it's not like California where you can do videos here. There's just not very savvy about movie making here and stuff. Because my friend was a film grip, and he was like, well, I'd have to move to Atlanta or at least somewhere because Tennessee just is not where you make films at. And I was like, but we should change that. You know, it should
be. Actually, if Donna's listening, I actually recorded. I was in a recording with a band named Nevada. I was the harmonica player.
You played a fucking harmonica. You would love the song that my stepdad and that guy, he made songs for fucking not Reba McEntire. That was another guy I met in the mall.
No, I'm in that album with the band Nevada.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm in the album. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a band Nevada.
There was. There was.
Go write a song that the guy who's being inducted into the Music City Hall of Fame. What's his name? Gosh, it's like on the tip of my tongue right now. I'm gonna go back to his messages and see real quick.
I've heard Bill play the harmonica. He plays a mean harmonica.
Harmonica Heaven is the name of the song. You can go and listen to it. Actually, I got sent a link to my new co-write. He's got his co-write is available. Download my new song. Search artist Justin Peters, he co-writes with him. He's always hanging out with Justin Peters, who wrote many songs we're talking about like George Strait, maybe Junior, I forget which one, but like major fucking names. And
Turn the light off.
Featuring Charlie McCoy. That's the guy who just got inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. Charlie McCoy.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, my dad just was with him the other night. He hung out with him. My stepdad. And Steve Rupee, however you want to say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Steve Rupee.
Such a humble dude. I mean, he never was trying to make money, but that's kind of his, pursuit in life, is that he wants to make some major cut. And I don't blame him. And he's been very, like, his handwriting, I don't know if you probably can't even see it, but his handwriting is very hieroglyphic. I mean, he can write letters like perfectly in a non-perfect way, we'll say. Not like bubble letters like the girls do, but he's got a certain way, and he can just write in different fonts, not even the same font, but different fonts. And we love playing Scrabble together, and he's just very into like art. He does like pastel art. And he works at a trophy shop as his full-time job. So he can get his artwork, actually gets borders. He can get them to make borders for him. And he's really good people. I went and saw him the other night. He's a smoker, so I bring him some goods. And, we're getting to where it's like, hey, there's something bigger going on right now. I mean, have you seen the movie last year it came out? It was a Hallmark movie called, it's on the tip of my tongue. Yeah, it'll come to me. What were you saying, Bill? I got to get someone else talking first, and I'll remember. Oh, the Farmer's Bell. It's something about like that. The Farmer and the Bell. Pretty sure that's the name. And yeah, he had a song that was featured in there, and I think he even got to be a extra in there, or whatever you call it, cameo. He played.
So you know who Phil Collins is, right?
Oh yeah.
You know who he started with, don't you?
No.
A really good band called Genesis.
Oh, I love Genesis. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that. It makes sense though. It does totally make sense. Yeah.
He couldn't read music, and he never finished high school.
Huh. And
he actually played a lot of instruments also, besides being a really good singer, iconic, his iconic voice,
Right. He does have that. He was in Genesis?
He was the lead singer of Genesis.
Right. No, that makes sense to me now. I already knew that, I think. It's been a long time since I've remembered that. It's like Pearl Jam. You got Eddie Vedder, and then you got all these band members. And my girl, she knows everything about Pearl Jam. My last name is Pearl.
You know who started their career here in Utah? Somebody was Frank Zappa.
Oh, okay.
I
have heard that name.
Frank Zappa started here, and he went to college at Westminster College here in Utah, and studied an unknown course called Ancient Drum Rhythms. And he studied ancient drum rhythms and got like a freaking master's degree in it. Yeah. So that's a college that you could actually tailor your degree. You know, you could
Mhm.
take it. That's the type of college it is. It's a cool college. It's for cool people.
I'll have to
ELO
hear that game.
ELO started here. They started in Ogden, Utah.
No shit.
Yep.
And that's the which name?
ELO. That's the
Electric
name.
Light Orchestra.
Electric Light Orchestra. They started out as Electric Light Orchestra, and they changed it to an acronym.
Okay. What's up, Colonel? Colonel out there? I saw a hi, Colonel.
In fact, I still like ELO.
Come on up, Colonel. I haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, girls, I got some work to do, so I'm going to slip off of here, but I'll be in the
Go
background
skinny
listening.
dipping now. Do it to
Oh,
us,
yeah.
baby.
Bye, Don.
Sergeant Don, I love you, bro.
Oh, hey, let's see.
Bye, Don T.
I love that background there, too.
Oh,
Look like you're in Star Trek or some shit.
We'll miss you.
combat information systems. Let me see. Turn this on.
That was the
Got
hose.
5 more minutes to smoke a bowl with us.
All right, I'll smoke a bowl with you. Excuse me.
Do it now. Platoon, man. Hanging out there. Yeah. Hey, Colonel, man. I hope you're doing good. Let me know how you've been, man. I want to hear from you.
Colonel, how's it hanging?
I take it Colonel's back from his vacation.
Okay, yeah.
Didn't he go to like the Azores or something like that?
Canaries.
Canaries.
Back here.
Nice.
With all of us. Yeah.
It's one of them exotic. That's right. He's got a daughter in the Canaries.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad we could help keep you company, Nightingale. I'm hoping you get some good rest.
Yeah.
God bless you as well. Battery hanging out there.
Smoke them if you got them, kids.
Oh, yeah. I'm the one saying it. I got to be
Pass.
spraying it.
Verte Ventura.
I think I'm going to just get clean for a minute, Don. I think I'm going to I'm young. I got to do stuff.
So what are you getting clean for?
I mean, I could go work down the street at the Nissan company if I were just clean. And I'd make
So, I mean, is that
much
what, just
more.
pissing clean? Is that all it is? I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
trying to clear your head?
It's fucking hard. I
What's
don't
up?
want to. I love having a hit every day. Just 1 or 2 hits a day. I've gotten that way where I don't even take much. I mean, it doesn't take me much.
Well,
I have chocolate covered mushrooms as well. No, what's up?
dude, you know what? If you want to give it up, I understand. If you want to give it up for 30
It's not a
days to
want
advance
thing.
your career,
It's definitely not a
no, I
want.
get it. I've done it. I've quit
I'm young and
for
I've
up
wasted
to
my
a
life
year at a time.
buying
Yeah.
pot. $8,000 a year or more on pot, at least.
I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
And
I have
it's
very
the
expensive.
war on drugs and all this shit about there wouldn't be a BLM if all drugs were legal. Wouldn't have to be.
Okay, I mean,
And
all right.
you can argue that because there's other facets to it where they've been fucking used and abused, and I get that. But the war on drugs is what makes them say fuck the police.
Well, I mean, listen, no, I disagree with that. I completely disagree. Well, the war on drugs is what makes them, but I'm also a fuck the police kind of guy. I really am.
I am too. That's the thing. I'll be like, fuck I got pulled over for going 101 in a 55 mile per hour I-440 fucking interstate. Coming late to work. I was like, I was late. I'm sorry, officer. I'm late to work. I'm usually going $120, but I didn't tell him all that.
Why would you do that?
Because I mean,
come on.
nut, dude. 10 a.m. You better not be on that fucking freeway with me, man. I'm coming around people like it's fucking NASCAR. I used to. I don't do it now. But these past few fucking weeks, man, I've been a terrible person, man. I even told my brother, I was like, they should probably just arrest me and put me in prison for, you know, like reckless endangerment of people's lives. But I have some type of Dukes of Hazzard fucking gene, and I can't get rid of it.
Well, I mean, it's, you know, it's your foot and your pocketbook.
Exactly.
So you do whatever is, you know, whatever is yours.
Well, it was a fucking, and it was awesome because it was a state trooper. I love state troopers, man. He came up to me so fucking clean cut, just fucking, oh man, it was perfect, dude. Metro,
Okay.
no, Metro, they'll fuck with you, man. You give them a second.
And that's
man,
the thing. That's why cops suck, is because they'll fuck with you. If all cops were state cops, they come right up to you. Do you know that
like
you were
Super
going
Troopers,
X and
the
Y?
movie.
Here's your ticket. We're done.
It was
Have a
just
nice
like
day.
that. Like he was there waiting for me because I went over a hill where you can see downtown Nashville going over this I-440, this, you know,
Hill.
bridge.
Right, right.
Once you go over that bridge, he's right there on the other side. And I bucked it. Like I'm going, actually this day particularly, I was going the speed limit 90, I'll say 70%
So, I mean,
of the time.
you knew you were fucking doing the wrong thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was
okay,
bucking
so
it
you
around
knew
people.
you were going to get a ticket, right?
It was just a matter of time.
You don't have a problem with the ticket then, right? Is that what I'm hearing?
I haven't looked at how much it's going to be, but I don't have a problem with the fact that I was pulled over for that.
Okay. All right.
But there are people bucking it like me, and it's just different, you know.
Listen. Oh,
That's
listen.
why I
when
sit
I
back
commuted,
and I go, okay.
So listen, I used to do that around the Beltway around DC. And yeah, I'd make 100 miles an hour and it wouldn't really be
in my
uncommon.
car. It doesn't feel like shit. I'm just like,
oh, I was driving a Crown Vic at the time. So nobody even fucking questioned me. I looked like a cop at the time. So I was, yeah, I drove a darked out Crown Vic with amateur radio, antennas all over it, and lights all over it. And
when
I pulled up behind you, you got the fuck out of my way. You did.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And I whipped over into the left lane like I was God, and people did not fuck with me. Cops did not fuck with me. I'm not kidding. It was the most fun you could have on the Beltway with your clothes on. I swear it was.
This guy had state tags and like he works for the state, and I fucking got up behind him like we're doing this shit, and he took off, dude. He went around some people too, and I know like he could have been teed off. I don't know what he is, but he had state tags, like, you know, federal tags.
Okay, yeah.
And he was just like, but he was safe, like me. He would slow down when he needed to. He wasn't trying to fuck somebody over. I did cut over in front of somebody earlier who honked their horn at me, but I didn't put my signal on. I was too close. I was too close to him. I should have put my signal on. I felt kind of bad, but I actually rolled down my window and I shook my hand. I was like, what the fuck? You know, you guys are going 75 in the 80 mile per hour fast lane, 80 or above. We're 840 going east, and it's fucking, I've never been in 840 during rush hour. Okay, I'm
down and down, roll it out and trucking. We're gonna do what they say can't be done.
Yeah,
got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, oh, watch Manic run.
That's a good one too.
Yep.
But yeah, man, during rush hour, 840 is not.
Put the pedal to the metal and Smoky's
no
out
way
your
to
tail.
do that. On this 840, it's 2 lanes, and there's just people going 75, maybe 80, but mostly 75. And I'm trying to do 80 and up because I was trying to get home and do the lawn. I was going to come home and cut the lawn, but it was raining by the time I got home. It was absolutely raining outside. I just was like, well, I'm going to do some laundry and just chill out. My brother came by. We had some drinks. And And then I went and saw my girl earlier. But yeah. And I probably drove way better when I was drunk. To be honest, I drove way better when I was drunk than me at 10 a.m. out there trying to get to work on time, completely sober. Or coming back home just to try to mow the lawn, dude. I was going like 85. I almost missed my exit earlier. I bet people were tripping because I cut over just in time. Like, and I'm doing 80, 90, fucking skirt. Like, you can see my car skirting across to get off this interstate. Because I saw the Smyrna exit. I'm like, oh, that is my exit. Yes, yes, yes. And I could have died or killed somebody earlier. I was so scared for my life. That was the worst. Because, I mean, I felt like I was going to lose control because I have a tire that I had to fill up my tire. It was on empty. My tire was on empty this morning. So I stopped, got air. And it's got one of those nails that's like a U-shaped nail. It went in two ways into my tire, but it's clinched in there tight enough to where it's not losing the air that much. I tried to go by Firestone earlier when I got off at 1 a.m. I got off early. I went out Cool Springs. I'm going to do some deliveries. I'm going to try to go by Firestone and get my fucking tire fixed. Oh, it'll be 7 p.m. before your fucking tire gets fixed. Oh, hell no. I'll just deal with it. So I went and delivered and yada, yada. Colonel, way too hot for a Dutch guy.
Colonel Shaw is saying it's as bad as where Don T is.
That's a pretty big comparison, but like it's
It
hot.
wasn't bad here today. Today it was never got out of the 80s, I don't think, but it was
I
overcast.
think it may be way hotter there. Like what y'all are 110, but I'm sitting here muggy as fuck with precipitation. You go outside, man, it's hard to breathe. I don't know
Yeah,
how
but
much better it
that's
is.
Nashville. That's what it does. That whole fucking
It's
state of
fucking
Tennessee,
muggy.
Kentucky,
It's
that's what you do. And in August, it's going to get worse.
exactly.
It's going to get hotter and it's going to get more humid and you'll be 100% humidity, which is rain, and you'll have a fucking thunderstorm that rolls through Tennessee
You
once a
already
day.
know, man.
I've
You
been there.
already-
I lived there. I lived it for
Oh,
60 years. So, yeah.
oh hell. What
So,
part?
yeah, brother. But no, I lived in Virginia on the eastern side down around Radford.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
what that down around where 81 and 40 meet.
Yeah.
Plus, I've spent more time on 40 than God's got, than Jesus.
And you already know what my stories were, man.
Yeah.
I used to live off 40 off Nolensville Pike, like right down the road, right where the Tennessee State Fairgrounds are.
There's
I'm going to have to leave you guys to your own devices. Sorry, Don.
Dude, I love it.
I
What
got
did
to
we
go.
do? What did we do?
I'm probably over talking shit.
I was supposed to go earlier, but I didn't. I stuck around for a while.
I know. I got to get up super early, my friend.
All right.
Yeah.
Fine. Be that way. I know.
Hey, man, I know rest is good.
I know.
Got to do what I got to do.
Go do what you need to do, brother. Go do
It
what you
ain't
need to do. Have a wonderful
It ain't
evening.
easy being a ghost that got molested by Maxine Waters.
I know. That's that's a hard something to carry around with you. That's a big old chip for fucking.
Yeah, it was way back in 1897, and she thinks she got away with it.
Yeah, she did. She did. She's defiled you.
Twat.
That's horrible.
Man, she touched me wrong. She touched me inappropriate.
You loved it. You loved
I'll
it.
send a black cat racing up her ass, whistling.
I'm
Dixie.
traumatized.
I'm traumatized.
I know.
I
It
want
shows.
reparations. I want my reparations.
Yeah,
I want my
right.
reparations. Exactly. I need everything that's coming to me.
Yeah. How about some chocolate glazed fucking mushrooms? Fucking send your ass to the moon. Good
Wifey
night,
went to
Bill.
Vegas and got a night, Bill.
Right, Bill.
Wifey went to Vegas and got a pink box of donuts of all different flavors. And I've been nibbling on those for the week.
Nice. See, I'm like you, man. I just nibble. I don't fucking try to get fucked up too much because life goes on. The next day, you got to do shit. I mean, unless you're trying to take a vacation, then I'll do a bunch of drugs, But microdosing, I mean, that's the way I live. Except for cigarettes. I'm like a chain smoker.
Man, I am so glad I gave up cigarettes years ago.
Dude, fuck
10
them,
years
man.
ago. Oh my God, I'm so
Back on
glad I
these
gave
lucky
that up.
strikes, man.
All right,
They're-
look at that. Look at that. Game Canoes is nodding off, it looks like. Nodding
Yeah,
off
do you
on
want
the
to take
laptop.
over, Don, and end it when you see fit?
I tell you what, I'll stick around for a few more minutes past where you do, but I won't commit to much more than
By
that. How
2
about
o'clock,
that?
we're done. Or
2 o'clock?
15 minutes from now. I can't
Yeah,
stay on it.
13 minutes from now. So at the
There you
bottom
go.
of the hour,
Up
All
12.
right.
I'll
30
keep it up till the bottom of the hour. No problem. Yes, sir.
3 more
You gotta-
minutes and it's fire in the bowl time. I'll smoke one more with y'all, and then I'm gonna
Dude,
crash.
yeah. That's
Smoke
what's
them if you
up.
got them, boys and girls.
Let me repack, reload.
Load them up. Scuba diving, it was awesome, dude. I bet it was. That is some pretty cool
Oh,
pieces
that's
of
awesome,
dirt out in the
man.
middle.
I've never been scuba diving yet. And yet I work on watches that go scuba diving. Like I've had trainers that train scuba divers come to me and have their watches worked on.
Well, if you ever want to learn about scuba
Love
diving,
to go.
ask Wild Bill because he's a certified diver.
Oh, okay. He's a little
I'm
bit of
constantly amazed at Wild Bill's eclectic skill sets, from
This is true.
diver to musician to truck driver to military man.
Handyman.
Augie's, no, those were not Voodoo donuts. Voodoo, I think, is in Portland.
Yeah.
I've been there, and those are fucking incredible donuts. Those are those 3-pound donuts that you pull out that's got nuts
Whoa.
on them. Oh my God.
You're pretty good.
They're the best. They're pretty much the best donuts I ever had in my life.
Pink
Everything.
donuts.
Well, no, these are the Voodoo donuts are the best donuts. That and Krispy Kremes. I'm
Okay.
just a Southern boy that's a fan of some Krispy Kreme donuts.
I grew up with the Krispy
All you
Kreme,
Northern
honestly.
people like that cake donut, and down in the South we like that airy, light
Yeah.
Yeast
donut.
donuts.
Oh, and cover that hole with that glaze. You know what I'm talking about.
So I mean, but everybody's got a different donut, and that's the beauty part of the United States is everybody's got a cool donut. They really do.
Yeah. Pretty scary to dive in the Atlantic Ocean. I was afraid to encounter sharks. Damn, you went to the Atlantic Ocean, bro?
Well, that's
some
where
big shit. That's where the
island
Canaries
is.
are, right off
Yeah.
of Europe.
yeah,
Let
it's,
me
off,
see. Let me pull up
it's like 100 miles
Really great.
off the coast of Portugal.
Great that you made it out alive. Fuck.
Also, the island is a huge
They
volcano.
don't play. Those waters don't play, man. I'm telling you. I'm not scared, but I am like very wary to the
dude,
million.
you will die.
Yeah.
You
I
will
mean,
die.
basically.
I mean, it's fucking. They will.
Yep.
Of course, that holds true to my whole theory in life. The universe wants you dead. That's
Yeah, so when
that's
you're
like
stuck-
rule number 2 for Don's rule number 2. The universe wants you dead.
Hey, Bruce knows about this. I know he's out there.
No, he's banned. We had to give him a smack.
Oh, I saw
The other
something
night.
going on the other night, but I didn't know it progressed to that. But I got you.
Well, he started a bunch of fucking drama over
Of
in
course.
Aaron's chat, and then he brought it over here, and I was like, nope, we're not having that. So I told him to go to bed and kicked him out.
I love you, Bruce. Hey, you keep on fucking around. People don't
There
like
seems
it.
to be a lot of
Just
the
chill the fuck out, man.
there seems to be a lot of the alcoholic loose lip
And
syndrome
that's like
going
my
on these
brother, my
days.
oldest brother. He's like my oldest brother, man, because my oldest brother will just talk what he wants. But I mean, he would probably get along better with us guys than Bruce does, because Bruce does talk over people. But I love him to death, and I get him. But I mean, he'll hang up on you. I mean, he's done with you, and then he'll banter on about his shit and yada yada. And I love you, Bruce, but damn, fucking chill the fuck out, man. I mean, I look up to him more than he knows.
Righty
That's the
no,
sad thing.
canoes.
That's the sad thing. People do look up to, assholes like him.
Be cool,
Yep.
brother.
You boys take
See you
care.
tomorrow.
See you,
Everybody
brother.
in the chat.
Yeah,
Catch you later.
get some good rest, bro.
Toodles.
I'm out, folks. That was him. Sorry, I always reread everything.
So it was a good mining day today. So you know what makes it a good mining day today?
What's that?
There was enough sun to give me enough power to run the miners, which is about 3,500 watts. There was
Okay.
enough sun to give me enough power to run the miner,
Hmm.
but it wasn't so much sun that the miner gets hot, because the miner's very sensitive to heat. It can't. If it gets to 100 degrees Celsius, the miner will shut down. So I need to keep the miner under 100 degrees Celsius. And I can do that as long as it's not 108 degrees.
Right.
I can move enough air across it to where it ain't too bad. I can make it work.
72 degrees plus something. I forget what Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Celsius. 100 degrees Celsius is, if I'm not mistaken, that's roughly 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
But yeah, okay.
But yeah, that's where the software runs everything in metric. So when it gets to 100 degrees, that's what it measures it in metric and calculates that. And it'll just shut the chips down because the chips will burn up. They run hot anyway.
Yep.
So it's real sensitive to.
You gotta have like an umbrella effect that's like spinning air around it.
It does. It does. And it has fans
umbrellas
around it that fucking move a lot of air.
And that you put that foam between the two. What do you call it? They use that in space. It's basically like what you have in your attic. It keeps the sunlight
insulation.
Yeah, it's ultra premium insulation though.
Yep. It's real thin, but real has a lot of insulating quality.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now good nose, good night, Ghost. Good evening, sir.
Hell yeah.
Wiz, y'all take care. Colonel
Yes,
Shaw,
sir.
be cool. All you lurky McLurky boys, lurky McLurkheads out there. Lurky boys and lurky girls and lurky McLurkheads.
Remember, we winning this shit because we are all Alex Jones.
We are all Alex
Jason
Jones.
Pearl or fucking
exactly
Nightingale or Wiz or whoever we are.
I knew you was out there, Miss Huckleberry, Miss Berry, Miss Hound.
Berry. Yeah. Dude, yeah, you have a good night, man. I think we're probably about all set here, man. I'm really feeling good.
All righty, kids. Y'all be cool. I'll bring her down. I'll give you back what we say in the professional thing when we end a meeting early. I'm going to give you back 4 minutes of your schedule.
Back
all
to
right,
your
kids.
regular scheduled program.
We now return you exactly. We now return you to your regularly scheduled program, already in progress.
Good night, bitches.
Later, bitches. Love y'all.
Peace
and out.
Later. I love your background, man, by the way.